You have everything you thought you wanted. The job, the relationship, the apartment, the friends. On paper, your life looks good. But inside, you feel nothing, empty, numb. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why success doesn't fill the void and what's actually missing. You're not depressed. You're not ungrateful. You're just empty, and it's terrifying. You thought achieving things would make you feel whole. Get the degree, get the promotion, hit the goal. And you did. But the feeling you expected never came. Or it came for a day and then disappeared. And now you're standing in the life you worked so hard to build, wondering why it feels so hollow. Here's the truth. You're chasing the wrong things, and your brain knows it. Let's start with the biggest reason you feel empty. You're living someone else's definition of success. You didn't sit down and ask yourself what you actually want. You absorbed what society, your parents, social media told you to want. The career, the house, the relationship milestones, the lifestyle. So you chased it, and you got it, but it was never yours to begin with. You're living a life that looks good from the outside but feels meaningless on the inside. Psychologists call this external validation. You're building a life to impress other people, not to fulfill yourself. And external validation is a black hole. It never fills you up, because the approval you're seeking isn't coming from you. You hit the goal. People congratulate you. You feel good for a moment. Then it fades. Because deep down you know it wasn't what you actually wanted. It was what you thought you were supposed to want. Here's what happens when you build your life around other people's expectations. You lose touch with yourself. You don't know what you actually enjoy, what excites you, what matters to you. You've been performing for so long, you forgot who you are underneath the performance. And that disconnect is the emptiness you feel. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable. You're confusing comfort with fulfillment. You have stability, security, routine. And comfort is nice, but comfort doesn't make you feel alive. Comfort makes you feel safe, and safety can feel like emptiness if there's nothing challenging you, nothing pushing you to grow. Humans need struggle, not suffering, but challenge, growth, progress. When your life is too comfortable, too predictable, too easy, your brain checks out. You're not evolving, you're just existing. And existing without purpose feels like dying slowly. This is why people in crisis often report feeling more alive than people living comfortable lives. Not because crisis is good, but because it demands something from you. It forces you to engage. Comfort lets you coast, and coasting feels empty. Here's another reason you feel hollow. You have no depth. You're scrolling, consuming, distracted. But you're not creating, you're not building, you're not connecting deeply with anything or anyone. Your relationships are surface level. Your hobbies are passive. Your days are filled with shallow dopamine hits that don't leave you with anything meaningful. You're entertained but not fulfilled, busy but not purposeful, connected online but lonely in real life. Depth requires effort, real conversations, real work, real presence, and most people avoid depth because it's uncomfortable. But without depth, life feels like a series of empty moments strung together. Let's talk about meaning, because this is the big one. You feel empty because your life lacks meaning, and meaning doesn't come from achievement, it doesn't come from comfort, it doesn't come from having things. Meaning comes from contribution, from creating something bigger than yourself, from helping people, from building something that matters, from aligning your actions with your values. If you're waking up every day doing things that don't align with what you actually care about, you're going to feel empty, no matter how successful you are. Research shows that people who have meaning in their lives report higher life satisfaction than people who just have happiness or success. Because meaning gives you a reason to keep going. Happiness fades, success fades, but meaning sustains you. And here's the brutal part. Most people don't have meaning because they've never stopped to figure out what they value. They're too busy chasing what everyone else is chasing. Here's something most people won't admit. You're avoiding yourself. You're constantly distracted, because when you stop and sit in silence, the emptiness becomes unbearable. So you fill every second with noise, scrolling, working, TV, anything to avoid being alone with your thoughts. But the emptiness isn't going away. It's just being delayed. And the longer you avoid it, the louder it gets. You can't fill a void with distractions. You can only fill it by facing what's missing. So how do you actually fix this? First, stop living for approval. Ask yourself what you actually want. Not what looks good, not what people expect, what genuinely matters to you. And start building toward that. Second, introduce challenge. Do something hard, learn a skill, take a risk, push yourself. Growth creates fulfillment. Comfort creates stagnation. Third, go deep, have real conversations, create something, be fully present. Stop skimming through life, engage with it. Fourth, find your meaning. What do you care about? What contribution do you want to make? What legacy do you want to leave? Align your life with those answers. Fifth, sit with the emptiness. Don't run from it. Feel it. Understand it. It's trying to tell you something. Listen. And finally, accept that life isn't supposed to feel full all the time. Emptiness is part of being human. It's not a problem to solve. It's a signal to redirect. You feel empty because something is missing, and you already know what it is. You just haven't admitted it yet. If you're feeling this right now, drop a comment. You're not alone. And if you want more psychology content that actually goes deep, subscribe.